All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. We would like to extend a warm welcome to Ark One's webinar entitled Calibrate to Elevate, Exploring the Importance of Calibration Services and Test and Measurement Equipment. A special welcome to those who have already joined us this afternoon. We hope this afternoon finds you well. Thank you for taking a valuable time to be with us today. Your presence is truly appreciated. I'm Alex Sabatio. I'll be your host this informative session. Okay, everyone. Before we get started, we kindly request to follow the webinar's protocol displayed on your screen. To help us connect with you, please type your name and company in the chat box. Feel free to ask your questions you may have throughout the sessions by typing them in the chat box as well. Rest assured that we will answer all your questions at the end of the presentations. For a smooth listening experience, please keep your microphones muted and maintain a positive and optimistic tone in your chat comments. Here are the detailed protocols for today's event. To stay up to date on all our latest news and announcements, be sure to follow Ark One on social media. We've already provided the links in the chat box for your convenience. Can I see the names of the people who are already here? Can you type your name and company in the chat box? Can I see the names of the people who are already here? Once again, can you type your name and company in the chat box? All right. On behalf of Arcon, we really appreciate your time and effort this afternoon. Thank you so much to our guests and participants from different industries. We really appreciate, no, alam po namin na busy kayo, but still, maraming salamat po for being with us this afternoon. To our valued customers and participants from different industries, good afternoon and thank you for joining us this afternoon. I can now see some names appearing in the chat box. Wow, it's flooding from our different customers all across Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, all the way from Cebu City, Metro and Mega Manila. We have Kimwell Albert. We have from Erickson Urbano. We have Ricardo Carpina. We have Justin Brian Streliado, Jimena Cortez, Helen Yup, and many more. Napakarami pa po. Maraming salamat po. All right, thank you so much to our dear participants who are actively participating. And now, moving forward to our agenda. Today, we'll be delving into exploring the importance of calibration services and test and measurement equipment. In today's rapidly evolving technological landscape, the importance of calibration services cannot be overstated. Today, we will discuss about why calibration is essential for maintaining optimal equipment performance and practical strategies to enhance your equipment's efficiency and accuracy. Before we delve into today's exciting topic, I know everyone is eager to hear from our esteemed speaker. However, to kick things off, we'd like to begin a warm welcome from our managing director, the driving force behind Ark One's success. Please join me in welcoming Ark One's managing director. Ladies and gentlemen, A big round of applause to Engineer Erwin Padrique.
Salamat Alex for that kind introduction. Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Good afternoon everyone. I hope you can hear me well. Again, welcome to today's event entitled Calibrate to Elevate. I am Erwin Padrique. To those I haven't met personally, you can call me Erwin. I am responsible for running the whole group of Ark One, and it's my pleasure to welcome you here today. For today's event, we are honored to have two great speakers. Our first speaker is 𝐤𝐸𝐸 Tan, who is an expert from Keysight. She brings with her a wealth of experience in the field of metrology. Our second speaker is our local expert in the field of quality management. That's Miss Erlinda Dalino. This event would consist of two parts. The first part focuses on providing you insights in the importance of calibration in your test and measurement equipment. And the second part dwells on the services Ark One provides as the only authorized service partner of Keysight here in the Philippines. Friends, we encourage you to ask questions and participate in the discussion. Again, thank you for being here today, and we hope you will learn from this event. Alex, back to you.
Thank you so much, Sir Erwin, for sharing such informative details about what Ark One is all about. You've been a great inspiration, and I hope everyone enjoyed this speech as much as I did. We've been building anticipation for the main course of today's event, and I know you're all eager to dive into the exciting topics we have lined up. To kick things off, I'm thrilled to introduce our STEM speaker, Pai Kyuk Tan. Ms. Tan brings over 18 years of experience in the field of quality, metrology, engineering, and project management. Throughout her career, she's navigated the fast-paced world of high-volume manufacturing environments. Her expertise extends to handling internal and external audits and ensuring compliance with various industry standards like ISO 17025, SAE 540, CHEMA, ISO 9001, and many more. Ms. Tan is a certified lead auditor and technical auditor for ISO 17025, as well as an internal auditor for 9000, ISO 9001. She's also a qualified measurement uncertainties trainer and a highly sought after metrology expert. With her extensive knowledge and experience, Pike Gyoktan is perfectly positioned to guide us through the fascinating world of calibration. Please join me in welcoming Engineer Pike Gyoktan.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pike.
Yes, hello, everyone. Okay, before we dive into the more technical portions, I would like to invite our sales managers, which is will respond Cecilia Ong. She will be share more about the Keysight services that what we offer in Philippines. So let's get Cecilia to share first before I go into the technical portions. Cecilia?
Sure. Hi, everyone.
Hi, Cecilia.
Hi. I'm sharing my slide. Let me know if you can see.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, just a moment. I think it takes some time. I think it'll take some time to show up. Okay, let me know if you can see my slide. But before that, let me do some quick self-introduction to all of the audience. So hi, good afternoon, everyone. I'm the Services Sales Account Manager. And I'm actually right now, I'm managing for all of the accounts in Philippines and also some of the key accounts in Malaysia. So in Philippines region, right, we don't really have, Keysight don't really have a direct service center or direct presence in Philippines, but we have a very good service partner that we work with Ark One to provide all the services to all of our end customers. So because I only have I think 10 to 15 minutes for the presentations. Without further ado, I will go into the next slides. So, Peter, can you see my slides?
Yes, I can.
Oh, okay, can. Okay, no problem. So I'll go to the next slide. So, so this is my presentations is about the what are the services that Keysight is providing right now. It's an overview of all of the services that which is available in this Southeast Asia region. So you can see that we have for key sites of footprint in terms of services, we have service centers that located in all of the world. That although that in Philippines we don't have a direct footprint, we don't really have a direct key site service centers in Philippines, but we do have our service partner, service operations and service delivery partner, who is Ark One, that who is the organizer today, that help us to deliver our service, which is the true Keysight OEM calibration and repair service to our end customers. And besides of the service center's presence, right, that our customer could send their equipment back to the service center for service, that we do offer an on-site calibration to our customers as well. That means that we have a team that Keysight, we actually do have two teams of the on-site calibration team that we will deliver to all of our end customers in Southeast Asia region. So by partnership with Ark One, that we do offer on-site calibration to our end customers in Philippine regions as well. So for those models that I want to have the calibration on-site calibration capability, that I want will actually deliver the service to the end customer directly on behalf of Keysight. But for those that which is out of the Ark One capability, then Keysight will have a direct team, on-site calibration team, to service the end customers in Philippines. But of course, it's through like collaborations with Ark Ones as well. So besides the service centers and also the on-site calibration services, right, we do have a resident professionals as well, which is we are helping our customers in this region to set up a RP lab in their facilities, which means that all of the master equipment will be located in the customer's facilities, and then customer can do their own calibrations, either be it with their own employees or with the Keysight employees or with Ark One's employees as well. So besides that RP resident professionals, we do have system uptime support to our end customers as well. So what is that about the system uptime support? Is actually a system that we ensure our end customer systems is always up. There's no whether planned or unplanned downtime. It's so by having this system uptime support, that means that customers' productions or any reliability or any activities will always be up. There's no any downtime at all. So the last but not least, we do have test asset optimizations as well, that customer could always track and manage the test assets with automated reports and monitor the utilizations. Because like quite sometimes that the customers purchase an equipment, but they would want to know that what are the utilizations. Maybe it's just like maybe that equipment that been putting in the productions, but it's only like being utilized for 50% of the time, and the other 50% is actually put in idle states. So we will have to track that and to use it in the maximum output. So I will go to the next slides. Let me, yeah. Okay, so this is the next slide. This is the Keysight Managed Services overview, that you can see that for those core services that we do provide, that I mentioned in previous page that has been stated over here, but it is more on a breakdown breakdown stage that let customers to know that what are these services about. But don't worry, I will explain in details in the later slides. So I'll skip this. So let me touch on the volume on-site calibration. We call it for scale. This is a fast professional service at customer site, which means that the customer's instruments will only be down for a few hours for the calibration, and then it will be back to the workstations sooner. So in this way, we reduce the downtime from a few days or a few weeks, that customers don't have to deliver the equipment back to Keysight service centers or back to Ark One, but we directly deliver the calibration on customer site. But so the downtime is only limited to a few hours. So it save time, save money, and save some administration works. So you don't have to pack and unpack the equipment. So that's why it reduces the risk of damage during the transportations as well. So next, I move on to the resident professionals. So what's the difference between on-site calibration and resident professionals? So for on-site calibration, it's either Ark One or Keysight team. We will bring our own master stations and our own people, our own resources, go to the customer's facilities to deliver the calibration on-site. But for this resident professional, it is actually more towards a customized program for those customers who is having a huge or high quantity of either keysight or non-keysight equipments. That means that Keysight will actually set up the master stations at customer sites, and then either as customer's employee will be utilize that master stations and Keysight's calibration software to do the own calibration, or if customers doesn't have that resources to do the calibration, Keysight can help to source the employees or some resources to be stationed at customer sites and then to do the calibration on site. So this is more on the long-term solutions to the customers. Like for example, those customers, they have a high quantity of the equipment, and maybe the equipment is needs like annual calibrations or maybe 24 months or biannual calibrations services. So this is ideal for those customers is having a high quantity and with a larger asset volume. So in this way, we can minimize the capex and the opex as well, because then for this program, the initial capex and opex investments is going to be higher compared to a relatively simple on-site calibration. But in the long run, it will actually save a lot compared to, like you engage with the other third-party vendor on a yearly basis. So next, I'll move on to the exclusive loaners, which I mentioned in system uptime support in my first slide, that for a loaner, which is a customer paid a certain amount of the agreement, which is an uptime support agreement, then Keysight will actually have a certain, Keysight will reserve that certain models as a loaner, and they keep it during the whole contract coverage period. And whenever customers is having a planned or unplanned downtime, that loaner will be directly shipped or either be kept at the customer's facilities so that customers can use that loaner immediately without any downtime in their productions. So this is we have a multi-year coverage agreement available for this uptime service. And this is one of the worry-free maintenance, because sometimes like customer would like to send their equipment for annual maintenance, for example, like calibrations, or whenever customers has any 40 units, but they do not have any spare capacity at the moment, then I think this loaner or so-called uptime support agreements is what the customers need. So next, I move on to the test asset optimization services. Like what I've mentioned in my first slide, that these actually will help to enhance the asset productivity in R&D. I think it's not only limited in R&D, but it also helps in the productions as well, because it will increase the uptime in manufacturing. And by having these test asset optimization services that provided by Keysight, the end users are able to identify those unutilized assets and avoid unnecessary capital expenses. Because a lot of time that the customers like that particular equipment is like maybe at 100% of the utilization and uptime. But in fact, like maybe through this tracking, right, the test asset tracking, that we can know that actually that asset might be only being utilized all the times. It's only like maybe for 50 or 60% of the utilizations. So that means that that equipment is underutilized, and then we could actually have some other ways or have some other more effective solutions to reduce that idle time, and then we can have the maximum outputs of that particular equipment. And in this way, we can reduce the total cost of ownership across all the assets by tracking and managing the purchases. And then we can reduce unnecessarily of the hardware purchase as well. So next, I'll move on to the Keysight support portal, the asset data and documents. So it is actually a free 24/7 access to this support portal. You can actually find it via Google. Once you go to the Google webpage and then you type in the Keysight support portal, it will actually prompt out an interface. And then when you send your Keysight models either to Ark One or to Keysight for services, right, you can actually download your calibration data from that free Keysight support portal. So it will reduce that all of the paperwork Of course, you can get your paper, your CALCERTs in papers wise as well. But you know, for sometimes for audit purpose, when you need that CALCERTs immediately, and you can actually download it anytime, anywhere by having this Keysight support portal, and it's free of charge. But it's only limited to Keysight models calibration. And for those non-Keysight models, at the moment, the data is not available in the support portal. So next, Keysight Infoline IM is actually another advanced level of Keysight support portal. It's a paid system that sometimes customer doesn't really have a very matured quality system in place that would help them to trace all of their assets. And also that sometimes they will want to retrieve the report, like maybe they want to pull a bunch of the equipment and see that what are the cal due dates so that they could arrange the next calibration campaign with the vendor. So this Keysight Infoline IM is actually ideal for those customers that do not have any quality system in place or quality tracking system in place. So by having this system, you can actually pull the report. You can see that on the graphic at the right side, then you can pull out the pie chart. You can retrieve all the report for all and track your assets. So this is something that is very efficient asset tracking across all the locations. It's not only limited to one site or one location, it's not only limited to Philippines. For example, for those MNC that they have multi branches, they have a lot of the sites in all over the world, then this Infoline asset tracking systems is actually shareable between all of the sites in the world. So the last that I would want to introduce to our customers in Philippines are the Keysight Care program. So what's that about Keysight Care program? Keysight Care program, we do have a lot of the categories, as you can see in the slides. The first is the normal warranty, and the subsequent is the Keysight Care technical support, which means that whenever end users is having any technical issues, they are able to call or email to Keysight technical support team, and then they could get back the response is within the 2 business days for that particular equipment technical issues. So this is a serialized agreement, and then whenever that particular equipment is entitled for the Keysight Care technical support, the end users is able to make the call for any technical issues and seek Keysight support. So the next is Keysight Care Assured. Keysight Care Assured is one of the program with warranty included, and then with committed turnaround time. The repair service turnaround time is 10 business days, which means that Keysight committed to return the unit back to complete the repair and return the unit back within 10 business days. And the technical support response times is within 4 business hours. So the next is Keysight Care Enhanced program that with calibration services included in this category for the enhanced category compared to assured. And then the committed repair turnaround times is 7 business days, and the committed calibrations turnaround times is 5 business days. So these are the more or less the Keysight Care program. And then for those customers is interested to enroll into this program, you may get back to either Alex or me myself so that to get more information about this Keysight Care program. And last but not least, not to mention, is we have another program which is Keysight Care software support for all the software renewals. So the last slide that I will present is what are the flexible purchase options that which is available in Keysight. So in Keysight, we do have a lot of the agreement type that you could see here is standard service agreements. It's either a serialized 1-year agreement or the multi-year agreement. And we do have a warranties as well. The services agreement, including these calibrations and warranty and also on-site calibrations agreement. So next is the service volume agreement, which is a invoice after job done. For this standard service agreements is paid upfront, invoice upfront before the job done, and the validities is usually 1 year or multi-year. For service volume agreements, the validities is usually 1 year's term, and then it is invoiced after the job done. So, and then we do have the Keysight Care programs as well that I mentioned just now, that is including the warranty for For assured, it's only warranty, and for enhanced, it's including calibrations as well. And the last but not least, that we do have the per incidence agreements as well. It's not some sort of agreement, but it's just a per incidence services that we could quote the one-time service for calibrations and repair. It's only paid when the service is needed. That's all for my presentation.
Thank you, Cecilia. Thank you for sharing such insightful information about Keysight Technologies. Your expertise has shed light on how Keysight solutions are shaping industries like automotive, productions, and manufacturing. Thank you so much, Cecilia. Once again, we would like to welcome Ms. Pike Gyok Tan.
Hello, everyone. Yes, can see my slide actually?
Yes, I can see.
Okay, great. Put in the presentation mode. Okay, good day to everyone. So glad that Ark One invited us to in this webinars events. Give us some slot to share about some of the services that we offer under the Keysight, and also some technical insights that what Keysight can offer based on the capability and also what we can offer nowadays. So today we're going to talk about a little bit more on our Calibrate, how to calibrate to elaborate. Okay, so before we go into more detail, I just want to ask on everybody on the floor, do you ever think about this? So how often that you get your test equipment calibrated? Some of us, I think maybe you just tell me that just you cal your equipment once a year. Some of them maybe 6 months, some of it never. So how you determine when you need to cal your equipment? How often you need to cal equipment? Then how you determine who should help you to cal your equipment, whether you use your own service provider or you use your in-house laboratory or calibration laboratory to help you to cal your instrument. So if you look for the outsider service provider, what's criteria or what's make you choose, for example, Keysight as your service provider to cal your instrument? Okay, so how you ensure the measurement reports that you get from your service provider, the integrity of the measurements that you get or they're reported in the measurement report is accurate. So for example, there are 4 archer. The inexperienced archer is going to be shoot the target inaccurately and imprecise. For some intermediate archers, they can shoot it quite precise but inaccurate because you want to hit the right targets, right? So for advanced archer, okay, so they can hit closer to the target, but imprecise. It might be some of them is out of the red target that they want to aim for. So for professional archer, like what Keysight offer as a premium test and measurement company in the field, we can give you the accurate and precise measurements for all the tests and instruments that you send for Keysight for Calibrate. Okay, let's dive into more details. So you know the rules, how you all select the service provider. So most of them, this is like 6 rules of thumb that we go for. So first of all, you need to check for the calibration standards and also even down to some of the cable and accessory the service provider use to perform the calibrations for your test instrument. And the second one, you need to look for the calibration provider that they perform your calibration in the environmental control environment. That means that you want to choose something that they have a control environments. For example, the mechanicals calibrations, you need a very precise environmental control to make sure that they do not have the thermal effects on your mechanical items. The next one, we're going to look for the calibration procedures. Means it's a validated calibration procedures or you just own develops calibration procedure, which you do not get the buy-off from others parties. The most efficient one, this is definitely the original engineering equipment manufacturer like Keysight. So we have our own service manual, which is already determined and buy off and all those sort of the buy-off that we've done at the R&D stages and make sure that all the equipment use the correct methods to perform the calibration for our customer. And last but not least, is about the spec of the DUT that you are looking for, because you need to make sure that you use the correct calibration standard to perform your calibration. And the last one is about you need to compare the quality. I think most of the time nowadays, all the customer, you look for the cost more than what the quality of they're going to get from sending to a certain calibration provider. So the quality you can check the qualities of the equipment that you send for the calibration provider by checking the calibration reporting, for example, whether you send to the laboratory, we have the accreditation status, means that when you get the COC, the calibration of the certificate of the calibration, they'll issue you with the accreditation logo. For example, I think KISA, we offer the NAP accreditation for most of the laboratory, but for certain country like UK, they're going to have the UCAS, and some Japan, they have the JCSS, for example. So for other than that, we also do the interlab comparison to make sure that the calibration reports or calibration result that they perform by the Keysight laboratory is accurate and precise compared to other and international standard as well. So I think in the metrology world, everybody know about measurement uncertainty, right? So for the first 5 factors is the key contributors that how we're going to evaluate the measurement uncertainty. So I think for the later on, we're going to look into more details why the measurement uncertainty is so important in the metrology or the test measurement equipments that you all own nowadays. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Okay, so when you use the test instrument to make a measurement, how confident are you that the measurement is accurate or is correct? For example, we have 2 measurements, which is nominal A and the nominal B, which is exactly the same measured value. But for the measurement A is associated with the smaller mu, means that no matter that how you use the instrument A, that you can make sure that everything that you measure, they give you the pass, that is confirmed firm pass, true pass. But if you use the equipment B to make your measurement, there might be the risk of the instrument that operating out of specification. Okay, let's go to the next slide for a more visualized presentation. Okay, so for example, so for the first quadrant, so if you do a measurement, there are only 4 outcomes, I would say. It's a 4 pass, 4 pass or 4 fail, which is we do not want this condition. And if the true fail is okay, we can work on the reward. If the true pass, then it's okay, we can go through and ship the products and tell the customer that, oh, this is a good product or this is a good unit. So for example, the true value along the x-axis and represent the DUT. And the measured values around the y-axis represent the measured result. So, for example, for the first quarter, you can see that the true pass is small, but you also get the 4 pass and 4 fail also more. This is what we don't want. Okay, so let's get to the second quarter, which have maybe you can say that it's a smaller true pass, but you also have the smaller 4 pass and also 4 fail. So that means we can determine the correct will and work on the rework after this. Okay, so this is more like the visualize. So for example, you have this is negative 5 dBm is your nominal value. So you have 2 dBm of the measurement uncertainty. So you want to make sure that you have a good product out to the floor or out to the customer. That means you need to take into the considerations by the 2 dBm of measurement uncertainty. So these two, the red color, whichever the measurement that you make that is below the negative minus 7 dBm is definitely a bad product. But for those products that are in between -7 to -3, for example, this will be the unknown, because this is a measurement uncertainties, which is called the guideband area. So for the safety side, I think most of the company will declare it or discard it as a bad product. Okay. If you reduce your measurement uncertainty to the smaller size, means you have the more pass area, right? So your yield become wider. So you're going to discard more less bad product, and you have more good products. Okay, so by reducing 1 dBA measurement uncertainty to 0.25 measurement uncertainty, which is 0 to 0.25 is much smaller compared to the one, you can really reduce a lot of discard of your bad product and increase your yield significantly. Okay, so now you know the importance, how important that you need to get a smaller measurement uncertainty. So how you achieve that? Okay, this is the way how you can do to lower your measurement uncertainty. So first of all, you need to use modern instrument compare with the and a component with the lower MU. For example, if you're using the analog equipment, which is you need to look at it by yourself. So we have a lot of consideration that you need to consider, like you need to make sure that we do not have any misleading when you read the measurements from the analog equipment compared to like you use the digital instrument, digital dice instrument, you can get the direct measurements directly from the instrument display. And you also can re-engineering the analog path based on the highest contributions sources of each test point that calculated in the MU. Remember from the very beginning that I shared that there are 5 main contributors, factors that affect the MU. So we're going to identify what are the major contributor of the measurement uncertainty from that source and rework on that. You can change some of the measuring path and some of the measuring methods to reduce the measurement uncertainty. So another one is about the traceability, which is you say that you calibrate your test instrument or equipment with more modern test instrument. For example, you can send your test instrument to a local calibrations provider, which is give you a lower cost but with the higher MU. So that's why you increase your measurement uncertainty that cause the yield to be lower, or you switch to a more professional calibration provider like Keysight, then we can offer you a lower measurement uncertainty that help you to increase your yield in your productions. Okay, the last but not least, definitely use the automated calibration software is going to help, because you do not need a person to write down every single measurements result at the end of each of the measurements. This is to name some of them, but there are a lot more way that you can reduce or lowers the measurement uncertainty, depends how well you understand about your test system. Okay. So this one is a real example how we're going to tell you how important that you need to send your calibration units, how do you send your test or measurements units to OEM, which is Keysight, or maybe Ark One is our appointed service providers in Philippines. This is because this is the real example and the real comparisons that we did, compare Keysight calibration versus the local calibrations lab. We name it XYZ. For example, this is the MXG, the RF factor signalizer, which is very commonly used for the high-end customer signal generator. So for the full calibrations, Keysight calibrate 10 parameters and 1,000 of the calibration point. So this is a full specifications. We make sure that everything's that test out from calibrate out from the Keysight calibration. We test all the warranted specifications under that instrument, and also all the single range and points that is critical to make sure that your unit is in good function. So for example, maybe the output powers are most 𝐤𝐳𝐸 and also the calibration 𝐦𝐳𝐸𝐷, also Cal 15 test point and digital mode as well. Okay, because this tool is not really have a lot of test points. So for the commercial labs, they use the manual calibration method, so they can still cover exactly the same what 𝐤𝐳𝐸 did. So, but when you go for the more test point parameters, for example, the power analog, so we are using the strip methods, which is we strip across the entire frequency range and also the power range. So it give you the 413 test point in total, but for CalLab 𝐦𝐳𝐸 only give you 234 units. 234 points only. So, but for others, we also continue to test because all of them is under the warranted specifications that Keysight manufacturers vector signal analyzer. But for the CalLab 𝐦𝐳𝐸, they stop at the 3 parameters only. So that's why when we every time we heard that most of the customer come back to us, they say, why CalLab 𝐦𝐳𝐸 can give me a better price? Why Keysight cannot? This is why. So I think we try to educate customer and just share a lots of finding. If you're look for the cost effective, then you need to lose on the quality side. So this is what we don't want, because we don't want customer to get a lot of false positive, false pass or false fail result that's going to cause a lot of bad images and also bad impression towards the end customer, because they're going to tell you that why you ship a bad product and you say that this is good product. Okay. Okay, so in summary, so how you ensure the accuracy to support your goal? So a dependable calibration means you can rely on your test equipments. So you need to choose a correct or the right calibration providers like Keysight or Ark One, then to test your test equipment. So calibration is the opportunity to reduce these and enhance productivities, as what I shared earlier. So you're going to optimize your throughput, improve your margin, and improve your yield. So this one, sometimes I think everybody go through audits. When every time you go, and the auditors always ask for, let me have a look on your calibration reports. So this is why we also want to avoid problem. So if you say that this is, you justify or you tell the auditors that they say this is a non-calibrated, non-calibration required equipment, then you need to justify why. So if you go, you send the equipment for the calibration, I think they're going to reduce a lot of questions, because there's after the calibration, make sure the equipment is in good shape and you can make sure that everything that you measure, every measurements that you make by using the calibrated instrument is going to be in a good shape. So, but bear in mind that calibration is not a sole commodity when you need to explore risk management, because a lots of customers say, hey, I send the equipment for cal, then I should be everything will be in a good shape. That's no, but because they have others other risks that you need to take care about. So this is how you're going to do. Okay. Okay, I think that's all for me. Let me stop sharing.
Thank you so much, Engineer Tan. Okay, so we have sent a lot of questions in the chat box and we will answer them later on.
Sure.
Indeed, it's a great discussion. Thank you so much once again, Engineer Tan, for this discussion is highly valuable. And this time, we would like to give the certificate of recognition presented to, the certificate is proudly presented to Engineer Pike Gyok Tan for your valuable discussion on calibration expertise at the Calibrate to Elevate, exploring the importance of calibration services and test and measurement equipment this July 13, 2024. Signed by Engineer Erwin Patrique. Thank you for sharing your expertise. All right, we've sent questions in the chat box, but again, rest assured that it will be answered later on. For the other participants, please, if you have inquiries, please feel free to type them in the chat box. To learn more about Ark One's other services and stay up to date on the latest news, be sure to follow us on Facebook and LinkedIn. We'll conveniently share the link in the chat box for your easy access. All right, are we still good, everyone? Can you type number 1 in the chat box? Number 1. Nandiyan pa po ba kayong lahat? All right, number 1, number 1. Thank you so much for your confirmation. Are we all still energized? Are we ready to put our knowledge to test this afternoon? I think Engineer Test Insight have really sparked our interest today. To keep the momentums going and add fun twist, we're going to play a quick game with some exciting prizes for the winners. So get ready to lift your spirit and show off what you've learned today's topic. The game is called Guess the Picture. Listen, the mechanics are simple. You need to guess the correct type of equipment for each item. The competition here is race to see who can provide the correct answer first. Each person is only allowed one answer per item. So think carefully before you submit your response. We have prepared 3 items for this game, and there will be 3 winners. Each winner will receive 250 pesos worth of GCash. To reiterate, there are 3 items and each item will have one winner who will receive 250 pesos in GCash. Kung sino po ang unang tamang makasagot at ma-receive ng aming team, yun po ang i-consider namin as winner. Once again, kung sino man po ang unang tamang sagot na marireceive ng aming team, yun po i-consider po namin as the winner. So, are we all ready for this? Can you please type game in the chat box? Game na ba? Game na ba lahat? Ayun, marami na. Okay. This where we'll see who among us is competitive and get ready for a challenge. All right, so for our first item, please wait for my go signal before you send your answers and the games begin. Now, guess the picture. Guess the picture. Kailangan po tama yung spelling, tama po yung words or yeah, that's the words. Dapat tama po. Have you already locked in your answers? And the correct answer is digital multimeter. Congratulations to all who got the right answers. Congratulations once again. It's clear that we understood the mechanics of the game. However, this is just a trial run. So good luck to everyone. Let's do some hand stretch and get ready to type quickly. Dito tayo magkakalaman sino ang magaling mag-type. Sino ang mas mabilis? And we will begin the actual game. Are you ready? All right, everyone. It's time for the first round. Get ready to play Guess the Picture. Go. Wrong spelling is wrong po, ha? And the correct answer is oscilloscope. Next. Guess the picture. And the correct answer is LCR meter. Next picture, please. Guess the picture. This is our last item. May model number pa yung iba. And the correct answer is power supply. To all who got the right answers, congratulations. Congratulations to the winners of Ark One Guess the Picture contest. We will be sending an email to the winners. Once again, thank you everyone for participating our Guess the Picture game. Attention everyone, we have a QR code displayed on your screen for a short survey. Completing the survey will enter you to a raffle for a chance to win 500 pesos. It will be a draw winner using a wheel of names. If you can't access the QR code, we'll also be sending the survey link directly to your chat box. Please check your messages for the link. We'll give you ample time to complete the survey before moving on. Up next, we have someone who's been a key player in ensuring Ark One Technologies delivers a smooth experience for businesses. With 6 years in the industry, our service center quality lead, Ms. Erlinda Dalino, is ready to share her insights. Let's welcome her with a virtual round of applause, Ms. Erlinda Dalino.
Thank you, Alex. Greetings, attendees. Today, we embark on a journey to unveil the multifaceted services offered by Ark One Technologies, the esteemed authorized service provider for Keysight products in the Philippines. Let's delve into our comprehensive range of services. Strategically located on PESA grounds and backed by ISO IEC 17025-2017 accreditation. Established in May 2003, Ark One has 20 years of partnership with Keysight, from distributorship to service provider, evolving into the premier authorized service provider for Keysight products in the Philippines. Through strategic foresight and unwavering dedication, Ark One Technologies ascended to become Keysight's only service partner, offering a diverse array of services to cater to the evolving needs of our clientele. Here, at Ark One Technologies, we offer a comprehensive suite of services, including repair, warranty claims, calibration, preventive maintenance, and technical support for Keysight products. For warranty claims, we offer the fastest warranty repairs for Keysight equipment at no charge at all, due to our direct partnership with Keysight. For calibration services, we perform in-house and on-site calibration services for your equipment, ensuring optimal accuracy with minimal disruption to your operations. While for repair services, enjoy peace of mind with guaranteed genuine parts for your Keysight equipment. And we assure you that we can restore your equipment to original functionality and specifications. And the last one, for preventive maintenance, this is to minimize your long-term equipment costs. We leverage our software to analyze your electrical equipment and proactively recommend preventive maintenance when necessary. Our commitment to excellence ensures that your equipment operates at peak performance levels, minimizing downtime and maximizing efficiency. Strategically situated within PESA zone, Ark One Technologies leverages its prime location to provide expedited services and seamless support for Keysight products, ensuring quick turnaround times and unparalleled customer satisfaction. Furthermore, Ark One Technologies proudly holds ISO IEC 17025-2017 accreditation, a testament to our adherence to international standards of quality and technical competence. This accreditation underscores our dedication to delivering top-tier services to meet the diverse needs of our valued customers. And in conclusion, Ark One Technologies stands as a beacon of service excellence, offering a wide range of service including repair, warranty claims, calibration, preventive maintenance, and technical support for Keysight products in the Philippines. With our strategic location, ISO IEC 17025 accreditation, and unwavering commitment to quality, we are your trusted partner for all your service needs.
Thank you, Ms. Erlinda, for your insightful presentation on Ark One's initiative. We're confident to provided valuable information to our participants. As Ark One Technologies, we understand the importance of reliable equipment for optimal business performance. That's why we offer comprehensive repair and calibration in services to ensure your equipment delivers accurate result and minimize downtime. Again, attention everyone, we have a QR code displayed on your screen for a short survey. Completing the survey will enter you to a raffle for a chance to win 500 pesos. We will draw a winner via Wheel of Fortune. Moving forward, I think all of you have been dying to ask questions regarding the topic. And I think we have a questions from one of our participants in the chat box. Now search and so far away and get the Q&A session started. We have our panelists who are ready available to answer it. Let's welcome once again our panelists, Engineer 𝐸𝐸𝐿, Engineer Erwin Padrique, and Ms. Arlene Dadalino. I think this question will be addressed by Sir Erwin. How is Ark One working towards becoming a top-tier service provider?
Thank you very much for that question, Alex. So, well, Ark One is working on two things primarily. First is investment on its capabilities. So as an organization, as a service provider, we are making sure that we provide a comprehensive and competitive services to our customers. So this simply means that we would have to continuously increase our capabilities as well as our standards. And then second is in terms of our people. We do believe as an organization that the driving force in our business is our people. So as an organization, we are continuously investing on the development as well as on the training of our employees, making sure that they are equipped and relevant, competitive in the current situation. Alex?
Thank you so much, Sir Erwin. For our next question, I think this question will be addressed by Engineer Pike. How can I ensure the measurement integrity of my test equipment calibration reports? Engineer Tan?
Yes. Sorry, can you repeat your questions?
How can I ensure the measurement integrity of my test equipment calibration reports?
Okay, so as I shared earlier, that you need to check on few things. So you need to check whether that the equipment is traceable. So that means whether they use the accurate instruments or appropriate ETE, which is the master instrument that printed in the measurement reports. So for example, if you need to do the power measurements, so it definitely need the power sensors and also the power meters. If the measurement reports that you get from the service providers, they do not have these two listed as the instruments or equipment that used to perform your power meters, for example. So don't you think that the reports, the measurements that they're listed in the reports, is that accurate? All right. So this is one of the examples that I can quote. So I think there are a lot of a real case example that you can check on, but it depends on what are the instruments that you send for the calibrations. You always can come back to us. We can guide you on that. Yes.
Thank you, Engineer Tan. So we have a next question. I think this question will be addressed by Ms. Arlie. What are the key factors to consider when choosing a service provider for test equipment calibration?
Okay, thank you, Alex. That's a great question, actually. So when choosing a laboratory, of course, you must look for a laboratory that is an authorized service provider like us, Ark One Technologies. Since 𝐸𝐳𝐈 is an OEM, they know the ins and outs of the equipment. As what Pike mentioned earlier, a manufacturer's laboratory gives you a wide range of measurement for calibration, unlike with the other providers. They are only limited on the test parameters. Example of this is for the multimeters calibration. We measures for about 50 test points, while the others only test for about 30 points. And as a partner of 𝐸𝐳𝐈, we utilize same calibration procedure and automated program. We guaranteed you that our measurement result is true and accurate, as we are using our 90 days golden unit specification, which makes us unique to have a controlled specification. Aside from that, you should also look for a laboratory that can give you a genuine parts and has the competency to actually perform the repair and do verification. And as we all know, cost may play a role for consideration. But don't always look for a laboratory that has a cheaper cost. Try to consider what will refrain you from incurring future repair costs. Alex?
Thank you, Miss Early. So we have a questions from Marlon Yuson. How to I think this question will be addressed by Engineer Tan. How to evaluate the measurement uncertainty when the factor calibration automation software? How to
I mean,
evaluate the measurement uncertainty when we factor the calibration automation software?
okay, I think for if you're using the automation software, we don't really consider the automation software as one of the measurement uncertainty contributor, because your automation software either will be 1 or 0. So that means you're going to get the measurement. Then yes, if no, then you are not going to get the measurement. So this is we do not consider as one of the source of the measurement uncertainty. Is a difference from the analog, because when you're using the analogs or the manual calibration, because it highly depends on the person who perform the manual calibration, because we need to make sure that the person that take down the measurements, whether they do it at the ice levels or they have any other factors. And sometimes the time calibrator is highly depends on the response times of the person who perform the calibration. So if you're using the digital automated calibration software, we do not consider that as one of the measurement uncertainty factor. So that's why we also said earlier, if you're using the automation software, so you can get a lower measurement uncertainty. Back to
Okay,
you, Alex.
thank you, Ms. Tan. Next question. In future, will KeySight produce a multi-product calibrator, or will KeySight introduce rental of their standards?
As for now, we don't really have MPIs for the the calibrators. Maybe that might be in futures, but and for today we do not have that. Rentals for KeySight product, definitely yes. As what Cecilia shared earlier, we have rentals and also the uptime services. What KeySight offer nowadays. So we can look for Ark One or Cecilia to go for the specific solution or customized products rentals that you all are looking for. Yep.
All
Thank
right.
you, Alex. Yep.
Okay. Up next, next question from Arnel Agarpao. What tolerances you use to calibrate tools and decide pass or fail? Do you always use the OEM standards?
We use the OEM specifications to determine the pass fail of your test instrument. OEM standard, you're referring to the OEM specification? Then yes.
Okay. Next question from Jill. Is that correct? Can you calibrate Fluke brand?
Look, brand?
Fluke, yeah. Fluke brand
Yes.
of equipment.
Correct. For KeySight nowadays, we are not limited ourselves to provide the calibration for KeySight manual models, KeySight manufacturer only. We also can cover Fluke, R&S and others products, including the mechanicals, temperatures, humidity and temperature chambers and all sorts of range of the equipments we also can cover. So if you want a precise capability, you can check with us. Give us the equipment list and also the models. Then we can help you to source for the closer calibration provider. But nowadays we're not limited to KeySight models only, for sure. Yes.
Okay.
Back to you, Alex.
Next question. How to calibrate SSG 8257D with power level?
What model is that? Can you tell
SSG
me?
8257D with power level. 120 dBm using power sensor only negative to 70 dBm.
Is it the signal generator?
I think, yeah, 82570.
82570, I think it's a Keysight generators. It's a precise signal source. So yes, definitely we can count it.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Engineer Tan. Okay, so there's a lot of questions, no, but we will answer them at the end of this presentation, or maybe we will send an email to answer all your questions in the chat box. Okay, lastly, from from calibration of your equipment, do you also include repairs
If
from
you
that?
send, yeah. I mean, definitely, we are the OEM, so I mean, for Keysight model, definitely no issue for us to perform the repair. After the repair, we're going to give you the. I mean, if you include the calibration service after the repair, definitely we're going to get you the calibration service as well. So after you receive the equipment from us, is up and running and plug and play condition. Definitely, yes, repair is one of the capability for Keysight. Okay,
Hi, Dante. For that questions, yes, since we are also the partner for calibration and repair of Keysight, we do also repair of Keysight product. So we use also same process with Keysight, also the verifications and the genuine parts is coming from Keysight.
yes.
Okay. Hopefully, we have answered all your questions. But then again, as like what I mentioned kanina, we will try to send an email to answer your questions din po doon sa mga may mga questions pa regarding po doon sa presentations. At this moment, we will be closing our survey form. But before we end our Q&A, I would like to ask parting words from our panelists. From our panelists, Miss 𝐸𝐞𝐞
Mm-hmm.
and Cecilia. Miss
Mm-hmm.
𝐸𝐞𝐞, please. Any parting words for our participants?
Okay, I think thanks Ark One for inviting Keysight as a partners for this meaningful webinars for the past 1 hour plus, and hopefully by our sharings, everybody can know more about Keysight services in your Philippine region, for example. And we also welcome your work closely with Ark One and also Keysight to grow your calibration service, and hope you all take back what's so important by choosing the correct calibration provider in your region. Not purely on the cost, as what Miss Elena mentioned just now, you must also go for the quality and to make sure that you're going to help in your daily testing life, and also the yields and also all everything.
Okay. May we request also from Cecilia for short parting words?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Loud and
Okay,
clear.
because my mics are not working so well. So thank you everyone for attending this webinar organized by Ark One. So don't forget that Ark One is always our authorized service provider. So if you have any service request, to get back to Ark One, and then if let's say that particular service, because for Keysight we are not only providing a conventional calibrations and repair services, we do have a lot of the customized service as well. So if it is something out of the local service capability, then Keysight will actually chip in, and then we will provide our service directly from Keysight as well. So for calibrations and repairs, to always get back to Ark One for the services, and then a part of per incident repairs and calibrations, all of the customers are welcome to engage with either Ark One or Keysight for the upfront agreements as well, which is for calibration agreement, or maybe you can purchase the warranty so that it could reduce the unplanned or unforecasted budget in case of there is any equipment down.
Thank you,
So thank you,
Cecilia.
everyone. Yeah, thank you, everyone, for attending this webinar.
Thank you so much. Up next, we have Miss Arlinda Dalino.
Thank you everyone for being here today. If you have any inquiries or questions with your equipment, please message or email us at services@ark1.com.ph, and we will be gladly assist you. Our team will be proactively contact you for your queries. And I hope to meet and to see you to all our future transactions. Again, salamat for taking the time to join with us.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
Miss
Miss
Arlene.
Arlie.
Last
Last but not the least, once again, Sir Erwin Padrique.
Yeah, thank you everyone for your presence and more importantly for your active participation. Of course, my special thanks goes to our speakers, Cecilia, Fike, and Early. Thank you for your very elaborative discussion presentation and of course to our marketing team who made this event possible. We've heard from our presenters about the importance of making sure that your equipment are calibrated. And of course, more importantly, we've heard from Cecilia that Keysight offers services that goes beyond warranty services. And all of this can be made available through Ark One, being the authorized service partner of Keysight. As your partner, we are committed to support you. Allow us to continue these conversations, which we've started today. Alex, who's leading my sales team, will try to reach out to you. Again, maraming salamat and looking forward to see you again in our future events.
Thank
Alex?
you so much, Sir Erwin. All right, everyone, let's move to the most exciting part of this event. I know some of you are ready. Nag-aantay na. Ito na yon, the raffle. But first, it wouldn't be a great to capture a group photo of all our awesome participants. May we request everyone to cameras on? Ayan po. Let's capture the moment. All right. Ready? And 1, 2, 3. More? 1, 2, 3. Can you say number 1? Number 1. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone, for participating our photo op this afternoon. Now, who's ready to win some sweet GCash prizes? Sino po ang excited na? Sino gustong manalo? If you have completed the survey and you're ready to try your luck to chance to win 500 pesos, simply type me in the chat box and let's see who's get lucky. And now we'll be starting the winners using the Wheel of Fortune. For the first winner, sino po kaya ang unang maswerteng mananalo ng 500 pesos? Congratulations, Iva Janelle Soto. Next, please. Karen Seibel Kabanglan. Congratulations, Miss Karen. John Ray Arvo. Congratulations, Sir John. Congratulations to all the winners. For data privacy, please send your numbers to this email. Will be sent in the chat box for your conveniently. Before we wrap up our event, we would like to invite everyone to visit us at the upcoming PSECE. We will be participating as exhibitor. Visit our booth number 208. Once again, we would like to invite everyone for the upcoming PSECE. Visit our booth number 208. Magkita-kita po tayo dyan, our valued and beloved customers. With all that has been said, we need to be future ready through this rapidly evolving technological landscape. The importance of calibration services cannot be overstated. This afternoon, we have answered why calibration is essential for maintaining optimal equipment, performance, and share practical strategies to enhance your equipment's efficiency and accuracy. Let us know how we Ark One technologies can assist you, because here in Ark One, we've always got you. Call or send us an email for your inquiries. Again, thank you for today, and we hope to hear from you soon. And that's a wrap up. A big thank you to all who took and part in this event. Maraming salamat po. And we look forward to seeing you everyone again in our upcoming events. Ark One Technologies, choose Ark One as your partner for the cutting edge test and measurement solutions. Ark One Technologies, choose to excellence. Maraming salamat po. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Thank you, Pai. Thank you, Cecilia. And the rest of our customers,
Thank you,
maraming
Pai.
salamat po.
Thank you.
Questions sa ano? Mga questions